Time shared on the water with friends and family can create memories that last a lifetime. Whether you're in the captain's seat or riding behind the boat, these experiences can open new doors that will help you make the most out of every summer. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Carro. Together, we're going to walk you through the basics of towed water sports to help you unlock a new level of confidence, so you can make the most of every minute on the water and go boldly into each adventure that comes your way.
As professional wakeboarders, we have nearly 40 years of boating experience between us, with much of it spent driving the boat for towed water sports. So I think it's safe to say the captain's seat of the boat is one of the places we feel most comfortable.
Over the years, we've seen our fair shares of do's and don'ts when it comes to towing a wakeboarder. Today, we're going to run you through some of the key things you should be focused on the next time you hop in the captain's seat for a wakeboard session.
Before the rider gets in the water, you should always be sure of the following. You have the engine cutoff switch lanyard connected to you. The rider is wearing the appropriate size and type of U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket. The driver's seat, steering wheel, and rear view mirror are correctly positioned for you. You have a dependable spotter that will promptly relay information to you. You, the spotter, and rider know basic hand signals like slow down, speed up, stop, turn around, and OK.
Next, always be sure to wait until the rider has entered the water and is a safe distance away from the boat before you start the engine. Once the engine is running, now is the time to enable the Mercury Smart Tow system if your boat is equipped with it. Smart Tow can set and maintain cruise speed, letting you consistently create perfect conditions for wakeboarding.
A common misconception about wakeboarding is that it requires a high speed. Most professional wakeboarders go somewhere between 21 and 23 miles per hour. If you're pulling a beginner rider, we suggest starting around 15 miles per hour. Wakeboards have a large surface area and don't require as much speed compared to water skis.
The rider's age and size will also play a large part in determining speed. Children under 100 pounds can ride at speeds as low as 12 miles per hour when they're first starting out. Lower speeds will result in less impact on falls and a much more enjoyable experience for the rider.
Now, idle forward to eliminate slack in the rope. Be aware that some boats idle at higher speeds than others. For example, towboats like this one with a V-drive or direct drive transmission typically idle faster than most outboards or traditional inboard boats. You may need to shift the boat in and out of gear to control the speed appropriately as you remove slack from the tow rope.
After you've gently tightened the rope, make sure the rider is in a straight line behind the boat and that you're pointed in the direction you want to travel. When the rider signals they're ready, put the boat in gear and begin accelerating at a consistent rate. The pace at which you accelerate can make a huge difference for the rider. When driving for a beginner, you want to accelerate quickly to eliminate excessive drag, but not so fast that the rider is uncomfortable.
If your boat has Smart Tow, you can use preset launch profiles to deliver the perfect starting speed every time.
Once the boat is up to speed, it's important to maintain consistency on the throttle. If your boat isn't equipped with Smart Tow, no need to worry. The more you practice, the better you'll get.
Driving in a straight line will make the rider's experience much more enjoyable. I personally like to pick an object on a distant shoreline and aim for it. This helps me keep the boat running straight.
Always be aware of your surroundings. Things can change quickly on the lake, especially during a busy weekend. If another boat gets in your way, you may need to choose an alternate path. It's always a good idea to stay as far away from other boats as possible.
If the rider falls, gradually pull the throttle back and let the boat return to idle speed. Then turn the steering wheel all the way in the direction you'd like to turn while leaving the boat in gear. Once the boat is pointed back at the rider, head toward them, but keep your speed at or slower than 5 miles per hour. Moving at a lower speed has many benefits when picking up a fallen rider. It creates fewer waves, the ride is smoother for passengers, water conditions are better for the rider, and it could save you money on fuel.
Now when you're headed back to pick them up, you should always approach with the rider on the starboard side, keeping them at least 10 feet away. This will ensure you can always see the rider. The right side of the boat is also referred to as starboard, and the left is called port. To remember port and starboard, here's a trick I like to use. Port and left both have 4 letters.
Once you pass the rider, turn the steering wheel to the right while shifting the boat in and out of gear to minimize speed until they have the rope in hand. Now is a good time to check in with the rider to make sure they are comfortable with the speed and acceleration. After that, slowly idle until the rope is tight while making sure the rider doesn't get tangled. Once the rope is tight, you can repeat the steps we mentioned earlier to get the rider back up on the water.
Towing a wakeboarder comes with some extra responsibilities, and like all things, the more you do it, the more comfortable it will feel. Just be sure to keep a safe distance from other boats and maintain good communication with your spotter to ensure a safe and fun boating experience for everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Boating Basics presented by Mercury Marine.